Hi, my name is Jigar Patel and I am the team leader of this team. I am also the product designer. I am currently a freshman at South Patel High School.
Hi, my name is Adhityan Tamilselvan and I am a technological designer of this team. My job is to make sure the I'm supposed to program the product and make sure the product works. I am also a freshman at South Patel High School.
Hi, my name is Mihir, Chinta, and I'm a technological editor besides Adhityan Tamilselvan. I also make sure that everything is working smoothly and everything's up to date.
As many as 1,479 people have been sickened by e-cigarettes and 33 have died as of November 29th, 2019, according to Los Angeles Times.
As of now, an epidemic is rising, and there has to be something to be done to prevent it.
Which is why we have come up with a better solution.
But first, let's better understand our problem.
There is an epidemic that is constantly rising throughout our world. So one of the epidemics that's rising is drugs, and one of them, which is essentially a problem, is vape. Vape is bad for your lungs and it is very bad for your heart. So vaping contains nicotine, which is an essential subject that causes you to get addicted to the substance. So even though vape was created at first to help people who smoked, it has been proven that 900% of people within high school students have increased to vape, and 40% of them have never even vaped before in their life or even smoked.
Effects of drugs by marijuana. When drugs enter the body, it goes through 4 main steps. Step 1, the drug entering your body. It either gets entered through oral administration or snorting. Snorting is basically when the drug enters through the nose and gets absorbed by the nasal tissues and enters the bloodstream. Oral administration is when it goes through the liver and then enters the bloodstream through there. Step 2, the drug gets absorbed in the bloodstream and the blood gets absorbed in the body and travels through the body through bloodstreams and other fluids and enters receptors. After that, it tries to enter the central nervous system, like the spine and brain. To enter the brain, it has to cross the BBB, which is the blood-brain barrier. When the drugs enter the blood-brain barrier, it causes some serious damage. There's usually a huge rush of euphoria, which is when you get high. The step after that, step 3. After the drug is inside your brain, it'll go through metabolism, which is like a serious increase in energy. The drug gets broken down after the drug has entered the brain, it leaves the brain and then is broken down by the liver. After that, that's step 3. Step 4, when the drug leaves the body, then the drug leaves the body. Our product. Our initial plan is to create a detector that detects when a drug is being used. We are going to start off by detecting the 2 most popular types of drugs, e-cigarettes and marijuana.
So e-cigarettes, as we all know, produce secondhand smoke known as vape, right? So we know you can easily detect e-cigarettes through a smoke detector, right? So that's one way we're going to detect e-cigarettes. Another way that we are planning on detecting e-cigarettes is through air quality. As we know, many of us may have walked into a bathroom in a public restroom or at school, and you must have smelled something that hurt your lungs or hurt your chest, right? So that's usually vape. So one way we're going to detect the vape that comes out of e-cigarettes is an air quality detector. So our product will measure the air quality constantly, so we'll know when someone is vaping because of the drop in air quality.
Our product will detect marijuana through air quality. When marijuana is being used, it gives off a really bad skunky smell. So when our product will be able to detect that air quality and identify it as marijuana. Another option is to include a monitor. The monitor is on a wristband which measures the drug more deeply. Okay. The monitor will keep track of the heartbeat and nervous system, which will detect the movements, reflexes of the body, and how fast the person's be able to move.
So, as this drug epidemic is rising, 70,237 people died from drug overdose. Since drug overdose is a rising problem, our group is trying to come up with a solution. So, $150 billion are spent every year on illegal drug use. 24,600,000 of those users use those drugs as an overdose or illegally or in some type of way that harms them. And 95% at least get addicted to those drugs.
We have a chart here of the amount past month about the illicit drugs used in 2013. The first bar on the graph shows the total amount of illegal drugs used in a year, which is, you can see, is 24.6 million. As we continue to analyze the drug, you can see that marijuana, 19.8 million was used. And for prescription drugs, 6.5, cocaine, 1.5, hallucinogens, 1.3 million, inhalants, 0.5, heroin, and 0.3 million.
There will be an app included with the detector. The app will identify which drug is being used and where the drug is being used. The information is transmitted to the administrator. They will be able to monitor and check up on each location the product is placed. Along with the app, there's a website. The website is used to set up the device and buy the device. The website also has options to customize the device on how you want it. The website can be used to monitor the product as well.
Alright, just to go over our process one more time, and just to show you how easy it is. So first, we're gonna have a detector, right? It's gonna be the initial product, right? You can place it anywhere, like you can place it on the ceiling, or you can place it like on the wall, or anywhere, right? The detector will be in a certain spot. That detector will detect when the drug is being used and what type of drug is being used. So first, it will detect what type of drug is being used. It can detect vape easily through the smoke and air quality, because if we put a smoke detector, it's obviously gonna be able to tell when someone vapes, right? It can detect marijuana through air quality as well. So whenever someone says marijuana, it's known for skunky smell, and like the smell will also bring the air quality down because of like the toxic chemicals that it releases into the environment. But one more thing that we would additionally add when you buy a product is a monitor. This monitor, it will monitor the patient. The administration will give this monitor to the patient, right? When the patient is forced to wear it, it will lock onto their wrist and it will monitor them through their drug usage more in depth. So, if, for example, this monitor can monitor heroin too, because when someone takes heroin, their nervous system spikes up. So, every time it will monitor the heart rate. So, every time someone takes a drug, the monitor will detect the heart rate and notify the administrator that this person is taking the drug, what type of drug it is, and where it is happening through its GPS location.